Oh, I'm muted. Sweet. Woohoo, Adam got first. Hey, Coco Type. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Happy October 1st. It is Wednesday, October 1st. Not too much is going on. I got ship-a-ton done. It got submitted. It is in. It is in the hands of RevenurCat. I absolutely 100% do not expect to win anything through RevenurCat, through that hackathon, but it was fun getting something at least out there and done. So we will see what happens there. Coco Type, you had your screen protector break, and thankfully you did order the D brand one too, because of your shipping mix-up on the original Astropad order. Hilariously, even though you gave them the wrong address, the Astropad one still got there first. But now you had the D brand one as a backup, but the AP one was so much nicer. that you're trying to get them to send you a replacement and switch back to it. That's fair. I've never actually tried the AstroPad one, but I did try the D brand one once. Because they gave it to me for free. That's why they shipped it to me, and it was great. It was a good little time. And it was fine. It just was thick, and I took it off because I was using a case at the time, and I'm not a big fan of screen protectors on like my phones. I do have, like I said in the chat on Twitch, I do have the Spigen screen protector, and it's great. It's been great. It's been awesome. Thanks Mono for popping in. I appreciate it. Have fun being out and about today. So yeah, that was a good time. Ooh, thank you for subscribing, Coco. Appreciate it. Not a good time. I mean, yeah, it works. It's getting the job done. It's protecting my screen. Now that I put a screen protector on, my screen will be immaculate. Like the protector will be immaculate and probably not be scratched. So we'll see what happens there as the year goes on whether or not it'll stay. The screen protector will do its job. Oh, wedding rehearsal day. Your wedding, your friend's wedding. It is a lot. Not for you. All right. It is. Wedding rehearsal days are long days though. So good luck and have fun. Oh, you're the bestest man. Then yeah, definitely good luck. Have fun. Enjoy. It'll be a great time. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. And congrats on ship a ton. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was good. I'm actually just more proud that I ended up shipping than like not shipping in ship a ton. So yeah. Mono is best man for when Nutter proposed to himself. You know, that wouldn't surprise me. But yes, that wouldn't surprise me at all. All right. So today, if y'all saw the waiting screen, today was a lot of stuff to get done. So we're gonna hop in. Super happy to chat through it all though, and talk about it as well at the same time. Okay, so I really like, there it is, craft, but sometimes it's a little annoying because I don't quite get things highlighted correctly. So today we are working on, tonight's focus is iHog, so all about iHog. We're going to do RevenurCat paywall setup. So I use RevenurCat already for iHog, but I don't have the paywalls actually set up properly in iHog. So like I can't dynamically change out the paywalls. We're going to do that. We're going to make sure analytics and everything is set up correctly also, especially on the paywall, make sure we can get when it opens, closes, all that jazz. We're going to get entitlements granted to users who have previously paid for iHog. I have this kind of working in iHog already based on the date the user first installed iHog, which is fine. It gets the job done. There's just a much cleaner way to do it with entitlements, so we're going to do that. And that has to be done via Swift. Not via Swift. That has to be done via the server side. And that's we're gonna bump this down a little bit. And that I have a server going. I have it ready. So we just have to make sure all of that is going to work as well at the same time. Screenshots, App Store optimization are also on here. And if there's time, we might do a little bit of like user tracking. I'm still a little iffy on if I actually want to do that one. That's just some server side stuff, just so I can like connect like a anonymous user ID with the RevenurCat ID, just in case I have to track or something like that. But definitely I want to get through these. Whoops. I want to get through these 4 things first, and then we'll keep going, and then see where I stand. I might have to do screenshots and App Store optimization off stream, but these are the goals to get done today. So we're gonna hop in. iHog, for those that are unfamiliar, it is a iOS app that lets you control your Hog console remotely via Open Sound Control. So hold on. So these are like lighting controllers that get controlled via Open Sound Control. So you're just connected, your phone's connected to a Wi-Fi, or your iPad's connected to Wi-Fi. The console is also connected to the same network. You can then run around the theater, run around the stage, the shows, TV show, like recording studio with your iPad or your phone, and control it anywhere you want. control the lights anywhere from there. That is basically the gist of this app. It uses Swift data for persistence, CloudKit. All the data is stored in CloudKit. Anything else done nicely on here? Probably not. There's a lot of bad code written because this is the second app that I wrote. And every time I go to rewrite it, it just never gets completely rewritten. And then I have to fall back to just doing certain features. So it's been a slow process of getting from one way to another. So we'll see. You just started playing a video game where one thing you have to do is control RGB lighting through something called Hog, but you're pretty sure that's a coincidence. It might be. Hog's been around for a while, though. It's a coincidence that it's using Hog, but it might be actually a reference to these controllers. The Grinch with with what's his name? Yeah, in 2000 with Jim Carrey. Was actually all done on Hog 2 controllers. Like the lighting was done with Hog 2 controllers. So they looked images. Nothing like this. This is not Hog 2 lighting. So yeah, it was all done with like stuff like this. And this is what I learned on before I went to like a Hog, before I went to go work for the people who make these things. All the Marvel movies have also been shot using the Hog family of consoles, whether it was Hog 3 for like Iron Man, the original Iron Man, or like the Hog 4 series now, like the latest, the somewhat latest like series. It was really cool. I can't show the video because it's in a Facebook group and long ago, but there's a lot of cool like movie stuff that it's used on. A lot of cool special effects and stuff like that. It's a fun time. It's a cool time. So it wouldn't be surprised if like there was a connection somehow in there. All right, so let's hop into Hog. I actually downloaded it the other day. This morning. I want to also make a new branch. Let's just do 25, 10, 01. We'll call it Paywall, because we're going to start with the paywalls. Okay, so what I've done so far this morning was I just made sure everything worked. Like everything's up to date, right? So the app launches, the app runs, packages are up to date, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I took care of this morning. And I deleted a useless like idea of feature flags. It was me over engineering. Because that is my life. I always over engineer on things that really don't matter, especially for like an indie app like this. So let's get this launched. All right, so what's the point of engineering if you can't over engineer? Exactly. This is basically what I ask myself all day, every day. Why? If I'm going to be an engineer, might as well just always over engineer it, right? That way it's to the spec that you want it to be. But then it turns out I just never end up shipping, and then that's also not fun. Oh, I forgot to it is October 1st. I set a very lofty goal for this whole year to try to get to $1,000 of MRR. So from now until next October, my goal is to get the $1,000 MRR all the way through from my 4 different apps that I have on the App Store. The ones that I keep getting distracted by other apps for. So my goal is to update all of these over the year, put in marketing, put in the effort, hopefully get to the MRR I want to. So yeah, that is why we're going through, really focus on iHog today. iHog is the only one that currently makes money like consistently each month. It sits at about $28, $30 of MRR. The other Camp Notes also has made one yearly sale of $30. and then has a potential, someone in a potential trial right now. So a potential for a conversion to another year subscription. So we're at baby steps right now. So the goal is tonight we get iHog updated, able to work, all that jazz. Make sure it works in iOS 26 properly, because I haven't actually ran it yet in iOS 26 fully. I know it builds, and I know the onboarding works. That's about it. And then we will go to, and then push that out, and then try to hit all the other apps in October also. So again, the goal today, October's goal is basically to just set the stage and get everything in place so I can properly track over the next year. And setting up RevenurCat paywalls helps me with that, so that if I want to do any type of pricing experiments, because I still think I'm a little too underpriced for iHog, just from it being a utility standpoint. I think I can tweak the prices a little bit more, and having RevenurCat set paywalls properly set up for that will be really helpful. All right, so let's go do that. Where is... So I've already updated RevenurCat specifically. Ooh, I have routes that go to paywalls. So this is the part where I have to get really caught up on how iHog works, because I have completely messed with how I have completely grown since I built this like app architecture. So it's just a matter of figuring that out. Probably better to start at the root, and we'll go from there. All right, so there's no like models or anything here. There's no like modals or anything here. I know it happens at the end of onboarding for sure. Actually, sorry, side note, I'm all over the place right now. I see that there's only RevenurCat. I should probably have in something else that's not just RevenurCat based. I think I need RevenurCat UI, so let's go make sure this is added as well, and it doesn't look like it is. Sup, Nutter? What is going on? I saw your ship a ton get submitted, so congrats to that you. How's it going? It's going. It's good. It is Wednesday. We're hitting the ground running on getting iHog updated. It is October 1st, you know, spooky season's here, all that good stuff. How's it going with you? Enjoying not crunching on pistachio as much? Are you taking it like a little bit of a break, or are you just hitting on the next update for it? All right, so we added in RevenurCat UI, which is great. Okay, so we have these current paywall views, which are trash basically now. So how iHog's features used to work, like how their paywalls used to work, is actually pretty nice. I say it's pretty nice. Like, it would show you what you actually like triggered for the paywall, which was fun. It's cool. But I think it's a little too much for it's a little too much work to keep going, and again, because of how custom it is, it's keeping me from like trying to increase prices, trying to play with like offers and stuff like that. So we're gonna adjust it a little bit. That we're gonna get rid of this custom stuff. You're trying to fix my iOS 26 bug. Scroll view is busted if you put a gesture inside an enclosed view. Oh, that's not fun. Yeah, iOS 26 has definitely introduced some bugs, I know, into some of these apps that were built for the lower versions. But yeah, good luck. I hope that goes easily and you're able to fix it easily or find a workaround easily. Cool. So if you go here, there's a sign up for pro button, which this is what the paywall currently looks like. You have a free trial on the yearly version only. Tap the one you want, hit start now. It's very boring, very plain, it gets the job done though. It tells you what you're gonna get. Tells you that you support, all that jazz. Has what's needed, you know, type of thing. Hold on. Then we add a new show. If we add the next show, then you get more of a paywall. And this is what I was saying, is that I have a little bit of a tag here that shows you exactly what you unlock whenever you hit that. So like Really? Is it gonna? There we go. If we were to delete this, add a show. So like when you try to add a new icon, you get shown another paywall view, and it shows you what you're gonna unlock here. Again, it's really neat. I really like it. Just this little like tweak of like actually seeing what you click on and why you're doing it. But again, I just want it to be a standard paywall everywhere. That doesn't update when a show is added, and it should. I'm gonna add this to my to-do list later. Okay. We're not going to worry about bugs right now. The only thing we're worried about right now is this paywall, getting it set up, because I'm seeing lots of things just be weird, and I don't want to worry about that. Like, another weird thing is this gray section here. Like, it's being split over here. I don't know why, but it is. So, yeah. It's Sydney. Hold on. Get inside. Are you coming inside, or are you going to hang out? You have to decide. Stay on target. I know, but when a cat is yelling, you can't not stay on. You can't stay on target. No, Sydney is the loud one. Sydney is the one that will always be yelling for more. She'll go out, want to yell, and leave soon. Anyway. What do you want from me? She has an hour to wet food, so I don't know. Oh no, Mocha's reacting. Hopefully it's not a terrible reaction, or is it just like a reaction to the, just a reaction. Just like, ooh, who is that? Who is yelling? Hold on, I know you said stay on target. Nutter, I feel like I need one of those two here. But, hold on. We got the cats. A Costco warehouse. Just perking her ears, I'm looking around. Yeah, that sounds right. We got the cats. A Costco warehouse. Is that not gonna... Alright. We'll just airdrop them. Airdrop it. Open. And y'all can see what else was in the Costco haul. But we got them in a little Costco warehouse. It has the free samples of shrimp. Yes, Thorgy is digging. He's scratching. He's doing what he does. He's like, "Oh, the closet's open. What are we doing?" But yeah, it's fun. It's cool. They like it. They got a little warehouse to go into now. We couldn't let us be the only ones that are in Costco. Your friend Coco says hi. He's going back to his bed. We found out that Thorgy is deaf officially last week. It was his birthday, and we found out the day before he is officially deaf in like one ear and losing his hearing in the other. Can't even hear the crinkling of like a treat bag open anymore. So he is. I will make sure that he feels your high. Nutter, you were talking about bug fixes and needing to just work on paywall, and you feel that deep in your soul. It's so hard to ignore the bugs, but sometimes like you just gotta focus on the task, get the task done, and it'll also feel better working on the bugs because then you're not like, oh, I know I need to be working on this other thing. It's already where you're just focused on you're just properly like able to clear and be like, okay, bug fixing time now. But yeah. Okay, so what I do need to do though, speaking of, is figure out my paywall triggers. So how are they triggered? That is the best question. Hey. Stop, you can't eat yourself. And I am also still getting used to the fact that he is deaf and can't hear me. So we'll see how this goes. How many times I yell at him and he can't actually hear me. So we're gonna call this payment service. Yeah, we'll just call it app payment service. It puts it at the top. That's fine. I know that payment service is a reserved word, so we're gonna keep away from that. Does it need, can it be a struct? I think it can. Payment service. Import foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna need this to actually determine the trigger. So unlocks so determines when a trigger happens. Determines when to show a paywall based on a trigger. And this actually does need to be a class. And we'll make it observable. Var should show paywall. Boolean equals false. Should be enough. And then we'll do paywall trigger. All right, Adam. We'll do the word ban for 3 minutes. 3 months. Could you imagine I can't say paywall for 3 months? Thanks. That's gonna be a hard one to do. Where'd my overlays go? Nope, just 3. All right, word ban is in effect for 3 months, and I should set up something there to only do oh no. Well, that one's easy to avoid, but oh, okay, I see. So these last two are probably not Coco Type's fault, but the word ban, the first one is. Okay. Maybe Adam's just stuck. All the messages. Well, this one's highlighted. No. Yeah. Wait, are you just highlighting your message, or are you trying to redeem a word ban? Because I think you only just highlighted the message, Adam. I don't think you've actually done a word ban. I don't even know if I have them on. I think I should have them on. Highlight message. Yeah. I actually don't think you actually redeemed a word ban. I think you are just trolling. We're gonna make this go away. We're gonna leave it alone. Thanks. All right. Well, now I can say paywall. Now I feel like I need to work out paywall even more. I mean, I had to use a good chunk of that. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I know. So you had me for like half of the paywall there. So that was a good chunk of time. I mean, half of the word ban. Feel like I should be using paywall even more. This is Adam's fault. All right. Redeem name generator. What is name? I don't even know what half of these are. I'm guessing it's using it as a variable here. Sure. We will use it for one of a... That is how you do a redeem. You are correct. we will use it as one of the paywalls triggers. Adam's fault. There you go. We are using a paywall trigger. This is Adam's fault. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make the the string itself be this is Adam's fault, because that will be very hard for me in analytics to actually figure out what's happening. But this is, I'm sorry I ran over your tail. My bad, buddy. But this is what's gonna, this will work. Onboarding completed. I know too many shit. Paywall trigger. Too many shows. All right, so that's, we'll do, and then I think the custom icons. All right, that should be good. Custom show icons, great. Yeah. Hold on, one sec. I'm trying to like think and compare this to how I did in Camp Notes. So one second. See if there's anything else I need here. So the difference with Camp Notes and like what I'm doing in iHog is in Camp Notes, I didn't always want to trigger them all the time, but I think in iHog I'm going to want to. It says like should show paywall every time, yes or no. That was the deal. I think I ended up doing it basically yes all the time for most of them in Camp Notes anyway. User request. So when I say user request, that's going to be like the user tapped on like the become a pro button inside the settings type of thing. This go. Payment service. All right, so this is the last used trigger, which I actually did like for analytics. Paywall trigger. I'm not saying that Camp Notes has the best payment service that I've used, but I will say it is a decent one here. So yeah, that trigger count. The current entitlement is just if the user's pro. Okay, so I need to also have entitlement here. We haven't even gotten to trying to set up the paywalls, but that's okay. So I actually have some of these. I have these set up. Let's go find them. Why does this one keep showing? I don't need it on there. iHog. And where are they? Product catalog, entitlements. Some of these are old, so that's why they're a little, some of these are old, like Punt Page. Early adopter doesn't make sense either because it's been going this way for years. It was that way for years. iHog used to be a paid upfront app, so people actually like purchased the app and so I like to keep them kind of in the same like entitlements as Pro. Unlocked Boolean, which is true for all of them, actually. It's fine. Yeah, so these are like, so Punt Page happened because I actually used a in-app purchase, so a one-time in-app purchase when the app was paid up front to unlock other features like the Punt Page feature, and then I decided to go subscription in about 2022, and that's whenever I implemented the Pro, and then I added this early adopter so that when we grandfather users in or give existing users access to Pro, or older users before I did the subscription basically access to Pro, I had an identifier built in, so that's what that is. We're already copied there. All right, let's do, what was here, current entitlement. Do I actually need to know if it's the current entitlement, or can I just need to know if they're Pro or not? I think I just need to know if it's Pro. All right, let's import RevenurCat. I know. So let is Pro equals customer info. How do I store the customer info? I sure do. Where do I store? Oh, right there. Private var, customer info. Nil. All right, so I really need it to contain any of the entitlements. Is Pro equals false. Should I just iterate? Well, this only works for now. This only works when the users... This works for now. I think it can work. I don't see myself ever doing anything else besides these three. So let's just do this. Let's make it a case iterable. What we're going to do is iterate through all of the entitlements that are available. And as soon as one of them is true, we'll just say it return true, keep going, and at the end, if it hasn't returned true yet, it'll return false. I think that makes sense. So for entitlement in hog entitlement, so if customer info I don't think that's true. If customer info dot entitlements dot contains dot active is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Dot contains where bling 0 dot raw, or sorry, bling 0 dot val key. Yeah. What am I doing wrong? So if let is active. Oh, I see what I do here. So let is active equals that. So that's going to be if it's bool or not. And then we can do, even just do guard let else continue. Did not find entitlement on user. And then we'll go to the next entitlement then. So we want to continue. So we continue the for loop, go to the next entitlement. And then if is active, return true. And then finally, at the end of that, we'll return false. Right? So check if it's pro. I don't need that check. If it's active for that entitlement, we're gonna get that is active value, so whether it's true or false, because at some point, if like a user will become not active for an entitlement if they let their subscription lapse. So now we know if the user's pro or not. We have the customer info, that makes sense. I don't really care about the current entitlement. I just care if the user's pro or not. And then we can make our niche, our init. Sure, doesn't really matter. And then, though, what, should I configure, do I really need to configure RevenurCat? How am I doing that now? Oh, I just do it here. Okay. Cool. I do not like that it's all my constants are here, which is fine. I just don't like it, basically. Let's figure something out. I don't care about that. I don't care about that right now. What's in helpers? Error handling. I apparently have RevenurCat constants and extensions. I don't think I'll actually need these at all. These were kind of made because I'm not using the paywall, so I think I'll be able to rip those out. We have app info here. Okay, we can probably add it here. I really don't like I'd rather have it in like a config file, but we'll just do RC key. Equals Okay, Thorgy. All right, and then we can not get rid of this yet completely, but we're getting close. Configure. So debug purchases. All I really need is the errors. Whenever I'm not in debugging, then we can end that. And then the API key here is going to be the app info.rc RevenurCat API key, RevenurCat key. And we also need to start listening for subscription. Why? Ugh, I didn't even touch it. I've just been talking to myself. Y'all haven't been able to hear me because my mic hasn't been working. It's great. So on the new customer info, every time this runs and gets set, we'll do a did set. Right? That's how it works. Determine, and determine is pro there. So every time the customer info runs, is pro is set based on this. So if we're gonna run through the entitlement cases, as soon as one is true, we set is pro to true, we return it, is pro equals false. I think that's all I need. Oh, I probably also to do set up analytics to mark the person's entitlement property. But you know what? I mean, I'm going to keep this up here as a to-do. I don't know if that's quite what I want to do. Telemetry deck doesn't really have like a person property necessarily. I think there's a way I can use it, but yeah, I don't know. All right. So we have that determining if pros is true whenever this changes or whenever customer info changes. Let's do some basic log level configuration real quick. Just like this. Instead of app payment service though, we'll do purchases. Okay. And this will just make it to where all the logs come in on a specific category. So like I have all these categories here. So we have analytics, purchases, that kind of thing. Like it'll just go through that. Which I think it's already set up for and probably in the config file here. Yeah, log level.debug. I think I had set it to do it somewhere, but anyway. We can get rid of this. We can throw in the state here. Payment service. And I don't think I have to have this in my init. I'm just making sure. Okay, so this just grabs the specific keys I need. No, I can toss in here. So we can do purchases. We can do payment service dot configure. That should be all I need there. Ah, so this does what I was looking for, which is where it gets the debugging stuff. I don't need this anymore. And let's go into user state and actually rip it out, because that's going to be what actually helps me make sure that I get all the spots here that aren't needed. I'm sure that's going to break a lot more than I think it's going to, but we'll see. Oh, I probably was using the % state. I don't need any of it though, to be honest. All I need is like the navigation routes and then whatever the user state is, which, oh, that's just, okay, so that's using a singleton. Wow. All right, Jay, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but it is what happened. So here we are. Okay, so I don't actually need this. But we do need .environment payment service. That I do know. All right, and let's get rid of the paywall views. I don't need any of these paywall views anymore, is the goal. Trash them. All right. So we know we can't see this. So I know I need to get the environment. App payment service dot self var payment service. Then, oh, we also need the import RevenurCat UI. I'm just trying to think if I want this to open as a sheet here, or do I want to always let it be like a sheet on top? Like where... I think I want it to be on a sheet on top. Or should I just wrap it, like make my own, basically, environment? Not environment. View modifier, so I can just tag it wherever I need it. I think that's actually what I want to do. RevenurCat UI. Paywalls. Displaying paywalls. Oh, those are the legacy ones. New ones. Displaying. Okay, so we do @state.sheet here. And then it'll just show, and I could handle it like normal. No need to wrap this in a scroll view. That's all handled for me. When used, present paywall if needed to display a paywall on iPad will automatically show a paywall in a modal that is roughly iPhone size. Okay. I mean, that's probably fine. Ooh, so this would make sure that the required entitlement identifier. So, but like I have multiple entitlements. So can I put in multiple? So like, because that would just be easy, right? So let's get rid of this. So like I could do present paywall if needed. So that's only one entitlement though. I have... The user would have to have a pro. I guess they could always restore purchases, but that doesn't mean they'll get their early adoption. That seems not great at the same time. So this is an offering, which is also not great. I guess I just need to handle it myself. Okay, that's fine. Because of this like specific thing. Oh, what happened? What did I not? Oh, I didn't do that. Great. New folder. Hog paywall. New empty file. Hog paywall. Oops. All right, so we have that coming through. Let's do view modifier that will control when to show or hide a paywall, when to show or hide paywall in a sheet based on app payment service. Okay, so how do I do a view modifier again with a sheet? How to make view modifier Swift UI that opens in a sheet. That opens a sheet on the attached view. Show sheet, okay. Well, it just needs to handle its own state. So that's, I mean, it should be... That looks like it's making like a whole custom sheet. Okay, so I can just do hog paywall modifier, view modifier, at environment back app payment service dot self var app payment service. What is, so I still need a func body. So we have content, right? So then I can do a dot sheet is presented on, well, we have to do this weird thing at bindable var at payment service. Right? Yeah. Dot is pro. I mean, dot should show paywall. And then we can do the paywall view here. Okay, and then I think inside, so now that that's made, how do we make it the actual, like, strut? So that I can do an extension view, static func, hog paywall. This doesn't feel right. View modifier, Swift UI. Custom modifiers. Maybe he'll show me. See, that's just dot modifier. Okay, func, some view, modifier, title view. Title. So I guess it's just modifier, hog paywall modifier. Instance member cannot be used on self. Pretty sure it's supposed to be. Did I do extension? Oh, it's because it shouldn't be a static. There we go. Then now inside onboarding, I think I should be able to do hog paywall. I hope. Let's see what happens. Stop that. I want to quit this. Do I have to? Can I just do this? There we go. Connect, connect, enable. Okay, so I enabled it, but it didn't do what I wanted to do. Why? Oh, because it's just doing show paywall here. So an app payment service, I should actually do func, trigger paywall for trigger, paywall trigger if is pro so we'll first do guard is pro equal false, else return. So basically if the user's pro, we don't need to keep checking on it. We can just return. It doesn't have to do anything. Self dot last use trigger equals trigger. That's gonna be for analytics. And then should show paywall equal true. Okay, and then here we'll do app payment service dot trigger paywall for dot onboarding. There's onboarding completed. Sorry, this is Adam's fault. My bad. I was like, I know I'll use it somewhere. And I was like, this seems weird that I didn't add it. It's because I used the wrong name. I guess this is what happens when I don't get to name my variables, is I'll use the wrong name. All right, so now we can restart this. Oh, I'm still messing up everywhere. Rock. Can we just like comment it out? I really don't care right now. Fix this. It really was your fault. Yeah, if you had just redeemed correctly, redeemed the word correctly, or not been a troll, it would be fine. Fix this. If user is pro, so we'll just do true. I don't, again, care right now. I'm gonna have to go back and fix all these things. I should have realized that this was gonna be a lot more intense than I thought it was gonna be. What does this even do? I don't even know what found products does, to be honest. I don't even think I really need a paywall in the settings view. It's fine. Well, you know what? We'll just fatal error it. I hope that's fine. I don't even care at this point. We'll just, again, fatal error. I'm gonna have to fix it at some point. The app's not even gonna launch. I'm gonna fatal error everything. It's gonna be awful. But this is really cool. I do really like, I do really like, what is it? Rocket Sims, like, user default editor. Like, this was just a really nice thing that I remembered I had. Okay, great. We have the RevenurCat thing. It is set up. I mean, this is actually exactly what I needed. We have this all set up. We can hit continue. We can purchase through it. We can restore our purchases, which is fine. It says exactly what's needed. I think this is great. We're gonna call this good. We can show we showed it through onboarding, and it worked, which is even better. A user can dismiss. I think I can also probably do this. Var show dismiss equals false. Show dismiss equal boolean. Actually, you probably want to default it to true. Just for, like, I should be nice and show the X. And then we should be show, what is it? Display close button. And then show dismiss, show dismiss. Just in case some point I don't care about showing the close button, I want the option to turn it off, but by default we're turning it on. Great. I really need to fix onboarding. That's probably going to happen in November honestly, is fixing onboarding. Oh, does it not? Is it because it's iPad it doesn't show a dismiss button? Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely broken. It definitely did not work. It doesn't say it's deprecated. Oh, if loading the current offering fails, an error will be displayed. Well, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I think that show display button, that show does not work, but I think it does work. It works in the work app. It might just be that it's an iPad. Hold on. iPads get weird things going on. So we'll see. Let's run it on an iPhone. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so I do know iPads are weird. Like, they get special treatments and stuff because they're just iPads, I guess. Because it says it's going to show in a modal like this. So I wonder if it's just like an overlay for an iPad for some reason. Let's see. It'll launch soon. It's just thinking. It is thinking. Thinking. It should be that. Maybe it has turned into iHog 2.0. I mean, Camp Notes 2.0, where it's just going to take 5 million years to do. Which could be the case. I did have these paywalls set up, so while that's happening, we can go check them out. So there's the current one that I'm using. Price here. Yeah, I don't charge that much, but I just used one of the templates, and hopefully that's going to be okay enough to work and get past Apple, because the templates don't have the buttons at the bottom, like the privacy policy and the terms and conditions. So we will have to see if Apple will be happy with that when I submit. Okay, we have it. Continue. Device. Enable. Huh. It definitely doesn't have the show, but like I said, it works. It works on the work app that it shows. Is it because I don't have a... Is it because I don't have it in here? This is something I do want... Whoops. This switch is something I do want to play with. There was one... The not sure yet, enable free trial. I really want to play with that. Not now, but that is something that I want to try testing in. All right, Adam, thanks. Gotta head offline. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. And now you'll forever be in the iHog code base. So it's great. Been a great time. Have a good night. We add the button on the page. Oh, so we just add it as like an overlay type thing. That makes sense. lame. I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't want to. In RC though. Okay, so I was in the right place. We just have it here. Can we just add a button? Okay, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Thanks for chiming in. Should I add? So that's a footer. I was like, should there be a header? That's a purchase button. Oh, here it is. Close button. And then we can delete that. And then if I put it in a sheet, does it look right? It does. I mean, I know it does look right, but... Oh, here we go. Okay, so that navigates back. Rectangle. Guess that doesn't really matter. And also doesn't matter. Cool. There we go. Right, is that where all my closes are? I think so. I don't actually know. I think all my closes are on the left. Do I have different buttons that have closes in the app anywhere that I can think of? I don't know. It's been a while. All right, so that should be good. I probably have to close and reopen it, I'm gonna guess. And then you handle it with the on requested dismissal. Okay. Yeah, there it is. It's just not at the top like it should be. Like at the very top. That's probably because I did the weird alignment thing. And then you said we could do the dot on request dismissal. This is where I would do like app payment service dot should show paywall dot toggle. Thanks. And then it would actually close via the button because well, it still closed the button, so without me having to do that, but that's fine. Okay, well, it's there, and that's what matters. I don't like that it's not fully, like, aligned, but what? I say whatever. Hold on. Can I fix it? Now it's gonna be aligned. Should be enough. Save, publish, great. So if they close the app, I mean, if they close that, I'm gonna have to like watch, kind of restructure onboarding. Because if they close it, I guess I could just skip then. Standard, let's go back. I don't like how much space there is now at the top though. What is causing that? Like, it definitely doesn't look like it's up here, like it's here. Like, there shouldn't be that much space. And then what? Is it the image that has like all that top? No, what doesn't? Save a draft, publish changes. Let's see if that's enough. device, enable. Whatever. I say whatever, and I'm still here. Like, I really want to tweak it. I shouldn't really be tweaking it more. It should be okay. Hey, you don't need to lick yourself. I know you can't hear me, but you don't need to. It's fine. It gets the job done, and that's really what matters, is more so getting the job done than it does to be, like, perfect up there. Okay, but there is something that I need to do here. Source. I do like to know. Oh, paywall source. I already have a paywall source. Oh, that's great. If he can't hear himself looking, why should he think that you can? Exactly. I mean, it's honestly it's very valid. It's just like if a tree falls in a forest and no one's around to hear it, are you actually able to hear it? I don't know. No proof. But yeah. He can't hear it, so we have no idea. It's mainly because I have to deal with, like, his wetness after. And that's just the part that I don't want to deal with. Okay, but it's literally right here. I guess not there. But it's literally right here. What does it mean it doesn't know where it is? Oh. Because it should just say source. Whoops. And then it's gonna bother me in onboarding. Here we'll have, yep, it's not source. Onboarding, great. I think honestly just having the hog paywall like that, I don't have to worry about it be central anywhere. I'll just pass around the app payment service and it should all be fine. Let's do a little bit of analytic work while I'm here. Purchase, app launch, connected. Case, paywall, dismissed. Log event with dot paywall dismissed dot I think I can just do source because I think I set up analytics to do that. Like, does it take an any or yeah? Okay, great. Hey. You can't do that. I know. I'm annoying, but you can't do that. Okay, so that's on there. What else are we doing here? There is like a slew of them that I can do that I just want to be able to grab. Content view. I think I have it in here. And there should be a sheet. My paywall sheet. It's gonna yell at me, but that's alright. We'll let it yell. Okay, and that is fine. We'll do that. Because I already have this here. Again, it's gonna yell, and I know it will. How do I get customer? Oh, because I had it before because I had it as part of the payment service, I think. Oh no, that's part that comes through. Okay, let's add these analytic hooks. What's up, towrds? Restore successful. What came through that? Customer info. You know what? I bet I can. Paywall dismiss. Hook failed. Restore success. These were the ones that came through. Import RevenurCat. And then I know I had some others in here. Well, is that it? Is that the only analytic hook? Restore failed. Oh, did I get that one in? No, probably not. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. He's patiently waiting for it to be a little bit closer to 10 so that he can get his dental bone. He gets one dental bone after going out for the last time. My on purchase is complete. That is something different. Okay, so these are the only ones. Great. Case, purchase, restored. Completed. And then what is it? So it should just be parameters. With and then restore successful. It should be all I need. Oh, and analytics dot shared. Yeah? I know, this is still gonna fail. I don't care. We should probably also do the paywall source here. And then also a paywall trigger. I guess the trigger and source are basically the same thing, but kind of not. You know, no trigger really doesn't. I should not see no trigger in my analytics, but just since it can be nil, we need to make sure we count for it. All right, so that should be like almost the same as what I need here. Restore success, though. What was I tracking for the restore success? Well, that makes sense. True. Why? That's weird, but okay. Oh, because of this. There we go. Not as weird now. Sorry, weird indentions because I had it the width was all the way over here, so then the indentions were weird, and I was like, I cannot live with the indentions being weird. I just couldn't. Active subscriptions. There we go. I also want that. Okay, now let's get into the on purchase has been completed. Log event. Do I really not have purchase success? No, wrong analytics. I was like, what do you mean I don't have that? I probably should dot purchase. Properties? What did I call it? Parameters? I don't care about that. Active subscriptions would be great. Paywalls trigger, fine. The dot paywall source should just be the source though. And this should be here. This should be okay? No. Event parameter. I thought I did active subscriptions. Oh, okay. It helps when you call your thing, your classes the right thing. And then that should have a comma here. Done. Sweet. I, again, forgot all the places that paywall touched, and now hopefully this is pretty easy that I can just go and plug in the paywall, but I do realize whenever we're taking things out, like I do need in here the date last subscribed, right? But I think we can also determine as pro, determine date last subscribed. Date originally subscribed is actually what it should be. And then we'll do funk. Okay, so I wonder if I can just pull it from customer info dot. So these are the active subscriptions. Does that actually work that way? No, why would it? What? Can you give me like a moment? So it's a set. Let's see, for each. For sub in. Hey, for loop sub dot. So this is just what? Okay, so first, this should actually be a date question mark equals nil. All right, so we need to determine this. update. But my dog needs to go outside first, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna take him outside. I'll be back in just a moment to continue this, and I'm for sure going to finish the paywall stuff before I probably sign off, so that's gonna be a little bit longer for sure. So stick around for about like 10-ish minutes while I take him outside, and then I will be back. In that time, I'm gonna run an ad because why not? I'm not here. Y'all won't miss anything. It'll restart the pre-roll. Enjoy the spooky lo-fi music if you don't watch the ad. All right, I'm back. Hello, hello. Hold on. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? It is a decent stream right now. We're working through some paywall stuff. Nutter. I told you I'd show you some app code, maps code, or I would share in the Discord. I want to do that real quick before I forget. Oh, and everyone is yelling behind me. As it goes. Let's do this. Quiet down just a little bit. Hopefully I'm still audible, but not quieted down the gain. Where did I do this? It was in the select campground view. Maybe? No, new view. Add visit view. Select campground view. It should go into showing new campground sheet. New campground view. That's where I thought it was, but I don't know. I get all over the place. Where is the... So what we have here... Yeah, but Daniel, it's been a really good stream. It's been great. Just been working through some paywall stuff, implementing RevenurCat, all that jazz. Just kind of working it out here. Nutter, you said you were having issues with like the scroll gestures and such, like overlapping basically. I had that same issue where I couldn't scroll on a map and then I'd have to, like, the touch wasn't being recognized, but it used to be recognized. I used a high priority gesture with a spatial tap gesture. So this is what I did. Let me drop this. So it's on top of a map reader, which obviously has the scroll gestures and stuff, the tops, and then I did like a special tap gesture inside. I don't know if this will work exactly for you, but I'll drop it in the Discord real quick. Y'all don't need to see all the Discord chats, the 1,000 Discord chats that I have going on, but they are here. They are around. But I'm gonna drop it in it. I'm gonna probably, well, it's not really that much, but more stuff. That cleans it up a little bit at least. Okay. All right, so there you go. I've done that. All right, now back into paywall world. It is still a mess. I don't think I need that anymore. Okay, so we need to figure out the date originally to subscribe. So the idea here is that I show the day when the user originally subscribed to the app, or when the day the user subscribed. Should it be, so like if the user, I feel like I can probably just do it the very first time the user subscribed, so the very first subscription. But the idea is if they let a subscription lapse, should I still show that like do it from the second they resubscribed? Do I even have that information? I don't know. I probably don't. Let's see what all is inside customer info. Yeah, so there's our entitlements. So this is the build number of the version. This is the original purchase date for the version the app came through. When the user bought the app. All purchased product identifiers. This is subscription info. First seen in RevenurCat. Will just be easy. Well, and then there's multiple entitlements, like, well, I guess I only care about the one that's active anyway, right? And the user should really only have one active. They'll either have the punt page and or the early adopter. And if it's the early adopter or the, hold on, so So if a user has the entitlement dot pro, use the date of purchase for pro. Entitlement dot punt page, use that date. And then entitlement dot early adopter, use the original purchase for app. Okay, so I also am curious though. Am I again, back to this over engineering question. Am I over engineering everything? So like, I want to see customers who have a specific entitlement. Is that possible? Is any of contains punt page maybe? Punt page users. Okay, there are 18 users with punt pages. That is insane. Not insane. I mean, that's great. I like it. That's awesome. People, I also so the punt page was a weird like little experiment. So whenever I launched this app, I was working at the company that makes Hog. So it was basically just for fun. But I wanted to let my, wanted to build apps. I wanted to make some kind of side money from it. So I actually let these feature packs be like the user decides how much to pay. It was like 99 cents, $1.99, $4.99, or like $9.99. Which is why it's like feature pack 1 to like different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I just gave someone the promo though at the same time, which is fine. I didn't really care. Like I don't like, again, it wasn't making, it was a time and place when I didn't care about the app making that much money, just, you know, being able to buy a cup of coffee or something with it. So hence why these all have different price tags, because I was able to do stuff like that, because I did stuff like that. But they all went to the same entitlement. So last seen 16.1.1. So I don't know if this person's ever gonna come back, but you know, bought feature pack 1, unlocks the punt page, stuff like that came in to play. Yeah, so that's kind of cool to know 18 users are going to be what causes this insane mess of code, but we'll see what happens. All right, so if customer info dot, so let's do first pro, because that's going to be the easiest. So yeah, easiest. If let is pro equals customer info dot entitlements dot contains dot where customer info dot entitlements dot active. What's verification? Whether these entire, okay, well, yeah, dot active dot, oh, that's cool. So we can do the first where the key, anyway, it doesn't matter. Dot where, I mean, I really, it's fine. Bling 0.key equals hog entitlement dot pro dot raw value so if is pro, guard is pro, else. Can I uncaps? Thank you. Break. Oh, break is not allowed here. Will continue work? Probably not, because we're not in a loop. I don't really want to return. Right? Because, well, return's going to break me out of the whole function. Alright, well, if it's pro, let's do customer info dot entitlements at period type original purchase date. And then we'll do self dot excuse me. Okay. Let's do so yeah, so then we'll do punt page. Dot punt page. Punt page. Great. And then if early adopter, because a user never should never see the page if the paywall, if the user has a punt page, so it doesn't matter. If let early adopter. Okay, so that should do what I need it to do, I think. I mean, it makes sense to me that that would do what it needs to do. And then when the customer info changes, we'll get the determine is pro, determine originally subscribed, that kind of thing going on. Makes sense. Okay. What's going on here? Handler was never used. Oh, I need to actually use the handler there. Just set up the logger properly. That should be fine. All right. So I can see the date originally done, which I think is enough to go and fix some of these things. If user.isPro, let's add in the environment. Yeah, app payment service dot self. Var app payment service. My previews are all messed up and I don't think they really work, but we'll fix it anyway. Okay, see how this says router.OpenSheet? That's not what we should be doing. So first we need to do app payment service dot where is it? Trigger paywall for add show. And instead of too many shows tapped, we should do add show. So changing icons, show icons. User requested. Go back here, and this should be add show. So then if it really just should be here. If app payment service does not equal dot, or sorry, if app payment service dot is pro, yeah. Then we can show that. That's gonna request the review. I think that should be what it takes to add the show. Now the real question is the app going to actually, I mean, is onboarding isn't gonna complete though completely. Okay, so onboard, how do I get through, like what's supposed to happen? How does one quit onboarding? Show onboarding equals false. So I think when this dismisses, we can probably just say show onboarding equals false. And it would take us to the next thing. Because like it enables OSC, which meh. So it triggers paywall dot on change of payment service dot should show paywall. If new value equals false, we'll just enable the OSC. So yeah, so when it changes, if it's equal to false, we'll do the initial value false. That way it doesn't run when the view originally goes up. But whenever it dismisses, so it goes to false, we're going to enable OSC at the same time. It's going to show onboarding equals false and user gets tossed into the show. I think that should work. Let's find out. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll find out. Connect, enable, continue, test at cctplus.dev. I don't know. Wrong test. There it is. Paste. Okay. Why was the payment canceled? Weird, but okay. Okay, well, it sounds like the authentication is failing, which I don't even understand because I have this set up. Okay, how can I test this? Let's stop it here. My issue is I purchased the app through me, myself, and I are grandfathered into the app, so that doesn't work. Well, actually, it might work now. Hold on. Because we're no longer checking if is pro by the user state, so it might just work on my phone. It is going to build and take a million years to work on my phone. All right, so I really thought this was going to be a lot more straightforward than it is, but of course I made myself way overcomplicate this. We do have analytics in for the paywall because I was able to do that in the view modifier, so that's great. Something got checked off. I do have analytics when the user is making a show, which is also great. We still need to do this thing and this thing before I can stop. Cool. All right. So I, believe it or not, figured out my music's gonna go silent for a bit, and that's okay. It doesn't need to keep going. But I figured out how to show my screen, my iPhone on my screen yesterday. Or not yesterday, but a different day. Boom. Maybe. Tall. Whoosh. Edit. I don't need that. Custom makes way more sense. There we go. All right. Connect. Get device. Enable. Sweet. Continue. Why is it still... Oh my goodness. Why is it still making me sign in? Great. Yeah. Purchase is all set. It closed, which means I got here. So if I add my show, it's going to fail because I'm guessing there's fatal error set up. Why exactly did this happen? Great question, considering it didn't tell me. It just said post paywall events operated. There are no currently things done. Oh, 204. What happened on 204? Oh, navigation stack paywall. Why is my paywall? I shouldn't even have that as part of the navigation stack, to be honest, in the sheet. Selected sheet destination. Remove the paywall. Should be enough to fix it. Oh, that would make sense because I had two things, but it shouldn't have wanted to show the sheet because it shouldn't have picked up that I needed a user. It should have said that I was pro. Okay, so why something didn't work with the add show button? Okay, here it is. So this is actually not what I need to do. Okay, so I see. So let's editor on right. Payment service. Okay, so if here's the issue. I have the trigger going through, but the trigger for count of shows the trigger for the amount of shows actually is a little bit of tricky situation. because I need to know how many shows. So the paywall trigger isn't just adding a show. It's also how many shows. Analytics. Analytic value. It's actually how many shows does the user currently have. Great. And then we can get rid of these. Oops. Custom icons. Cannot be used. Oh, whoops. Dot. Where are we? Okay, cool. Dot. We are home. All right. So add show would be show count. Int. Switch on show. Also, should show paywall. Seems it's not actually checking if it's pro. Okay, so if it's pro, or you return false, it doesn't really matter. We should do we shouldn't just return. We should actually make sure should show paywall equals false, right? Automatically showing that. Last use trigger is trigger. Switch on trigger. If this is Adam's fault, which is the onboarding, we'll want to return true. Show count is less than or equal equals 0. Return. A lot of these are just return true, right? What do you mean? Oh. Wait, hold on. No, I'm thinking this is wrong. No, because we should let the user add a show even if, yeah, as long as there's 0 shows. So should show paywall should always equals false there. And then I really think all I need is to do here is if should count is greater than hold on. So we need to just let this happen no matter what. Right? So we get the show repository, get the show count. And then we can run at payment service dot trigger paywall for add show with the show count. And then if app payment service dot is pro router dot open sheet dot new show. Everything else should be fine. Now, the question is, on purchase success, what happens? So if the user becomes pro, And the last, I guess we could do, if the user becomes pro and the last used trigger is add show, we could just show the show. We could do this, right? So actually, no, yeah. So we still want to do this, but then on change of at payment service, whoops, dot is pro. If new value equals false, equals true, and old value equals false. So they changed, so the user changed, no, we're not doing it, yeah, as pro. So if the new user's pro, and if payment server at payment service dot last use trigger equals dot add show. I don't really care about the show count. Is there a way to figure it out without the show count? Like, if the show count does not matter to me, it just matters if it's add show or not. Anyway, this is already wrong anyway because it's getting upset because it's trying to do equals and that's not equatable. Blurg. Okay, hold on. Sorry. A little frustrated here. Just getting it through. Then we can do router dot add show. Great. Okay. Oh no. Is Xcode actually gonna help me? I've been actually pretty upset at the Xcode AI. Not upset, it just, I feel like it's worse than just using like my Claude subscription, but we'll see. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's gonna take 5 million years to think, and it'll be okay eventually, or maybe it won't. Hard to say. Okay. I don't actually care though. In case I add show, let's show count. What if can I do greater than or equal to 1? Will that work? Model, I update the check to use a pattern matching with if case. So replace the comparisons. Oh, why? Okay. No. What is going on? Why are you playing anything? No, my God, stop. Sorry, my phone was like, I am playing this random song. I'm like, I'm not, I don't care. If you prefer to make it, I don't understand how. I guess I can just try. Well, I guess I could just try it and see what happens. Inner debug. Manage transactions. Where? Let's see what happens. I mean, the worst that happens is it's completely unlocked. The best that happens is it actually works. I mean, is that it's not unlocked and it's actually voided. So it's not unlocked, which is great. But I need to become not a pro member, and I don't know how to do that. Because that is the wrong device. And the wrong app. So something is not right at all here. I don't... Can I just like... Is there like an issue if I delete this? That can go away. I don't even know... I don't think I need the store kit test certificate anymore. Let's delete it also. Let's see what happens. I mean, the worst that happens is I have to bring it back. Oh, and you know what? Hold on. Stop that. Let's just fully delete the app. I realize that I have a bunch of work stuff that I probably... Great. I don't actually care about that. Add show. Should let me just add a show. Okay, it's not letting me add a show. It should let me add a show, though. Is pro or show count equals 0. Find out the Kraken won tonight, which is great. 2-4. That's a good stop. Good showdown for them. They great I think that's the last preseason game, so that's really fun. It's because I was streaming. That shouldn't have been able to happen though, because I don't think I'm a pro. But maybe it means I am now. Okay, so am I a pro? Am I not? Like, what's going on here? It's like letting me do things, but it's also not letting me do things. What is going on? I'm not even hitting inside any of these things. Oh, is the debugger just not on? Like... Cool. Definitely helpful to have that on if you're trying to use the debugging. Let's try again. I don't know. It should have been a really simple switch over. It's turning out not to be, which sounds right. So we'll see. It's thinking though. All right, so we got the breakpoint. We have one show, PO, app, payment, service.isPro. What's it gonna give me? False. False. Oh, because it hasn't executed yet. Okay, I did not ever add the pro paywall, so this would make sense why it's not showing. All right, well, totally makes sense why it's not showing. Should I just put it? I feel like I should just put it on the bottom of the list here. True. What is the source of this, though? Event parameter. I guess settings. Okay. So I think this should work now. Now that I actually added in the sheet that needs it, I think we'll get it. Oh, what's happening? Nothing. Nothing's happening. Why? I don't know. Okay, well, what's happening here inside add paywall? Trigger paywall. Okay, what is... Is pro equals false, so that's should be fine. It should be does not equal 0, right? Yeah. I bet this is the issue, because the show count is 2. So is 1. So should show paywall, show count equals 0. Yes. So is greater than 0. Alright. Logic, it's hard, y'all. I really should probably write some type of testing for this, but I could also just get the logic right at the same time. Want true to show paywall. Want to show paywall when a non-pro user has more than one show. So any show count greater than 0 should trigger the paywall. I mean, this makes sense. Like, duh. All right, so we have that. It's gonna go through. Ah, we got the paywall. That's what matters. Let's do monthly, continue. Great. And I got my show. Sweet. And I can go and add all my things. Okay. Sweet. That's what I wanted. Still weird that it doesn't like auto populate, but again, that's fine. Stop product. Is it going to actually give it to me now this time? Like something I can manage? Probably not, because why would it do that? Why? would it choose to ever do that? I don't know. Itchy. I'm probably still a pro, which is unfortunate. Yeah. I really need to test as not a pro. I guess I could throw it back to the simulator. I actually really don't like testing with all this paywall stuff. It always gets overcomplicated from time to time, which sounds right for everything I try to do, but here we are. It's building. We got one paywall thing done. 2, I guess, if you count onboarding. I should be able to... In a minute, I should be able to do something. Okay. Yeah, I need here. Okay, so when I tap there, we shouldn't be getting another paywall. We should be getting another paywall. I'm assuming I'm not pro. It's gonna be a new sheet view, new show view. If is present icon choice, if so that's always going to show the icon choice here. But can we and user is pro? Yeah, we do want that. At environment. Payment service. Right. So if these are both right, then we can show the icon choice, which I just got rid of, so it doesn't really matter. Present icon choice is false, so instead of present icon choice toggle, we need to call the add payment. Add payment. Not add, app. Dot should show paywall. No, not should show paywall. Dot trigger paywall. Custom icons. And then if app payment service dot is so it's gonna do its thing here, and if that is pro, if app payment service dot should show paywall, equals false. We can just show present icon choice equals true. I don't know. I'm assuming this won't work, but what if it does? Because it's 2 nested sheets. I really don't think this will work, but... Add icon view, and then the new show sheet happens in here. There should be a sheet. At payment service there. I am curious if this is gonna work. What's gonna happen? I have no idea. Let's see. I really just ideally show it in like one place and that's it, but I never know what I'm gonna actually end up doing. Oh, it killed the sheet below it. Because it's also it's the same sheet on the settings view. I wonder if... There we go. New show view. Go away. Restart. If like what happens if I dismiss the sheet? If I have that sheet open? I guess I could do a full screen cover. Right? But then if I close it, oh hey, it opens back up. I get really mad. And then I could also just hit X. That's gonna come back. Add. That's fine. Where are the rest? Oh, I guess because I'm not a pro? Okay. Great. I mean, that works for me. Perfect. No notes. We're gonna go. Again, this is about getting it in. I can always make I can always do UX a little bit better in another update. All right. There are probably other, like, fix this. Anything else? Okay. We don't need a navigation link. So my guess is this is gonna do the same. To be honest. At environment payment service.self var at payment service dot why can show repository not be found? Did I delete something that was necessary? Probably. That should be better. So that's probably gonna be fixed now. And then there should have been I don't even care about this. Here. That's not doing anything. I mean, I'm sure. Oh. If app is pro. So I should actually have this. Hold on. I change. Else. I change. Go Pro. I don't know why that says premium subscriber. It should say pro subscriber because I only call it pro. Oh, well, that was really lame. At payment service dot trigger paywall 4 dot user request. We're gonna do this a little bit better while that's loading. Label. So we'll do 2 lines. Text Go Pro. Text iHog Pro and unlock. I don't know what this should be necessarily, but I know there needs to be like a subtitle. Again, works actually great for me. I'm down. I'm down to do that. I actually don't even like anymore that it's in this little like thing up here. Like I kind of liked before. I had it down here, like right above here, and it was like become a programmer. I'll have to figure it out. Font. Dot title. Dot black. Or dot font weight. Black. And unlock unlimited. Unlock. When I can't think of something, like I sometimes go to Claude and just ask. Get users to become a pro for iHog. To go pro. Is it gonna work? There we go. Clean. Copy. Why? Okay. Here is my paywall. I want a headline and a subtitle. Please and thank you. Upgrade your experience, access unlimited shows, unlimited GoPro with iHog, unlimited shows, custom controls, and premium features. Oh wait, sure. Could be fine, could not be, but I like it enough. I like it better than whatever I was coming up with. Yeah, GoPro. I don't know why I have. Oh, because I did this. Dot font. Dot foreground style. Dot primary. Oh, and button style. Dot plain. Alignment. Dot leading. Delete that. Or do I want it centered? And we like align the center. Nah, it's probably fine. We'll just do left, plain, primary. People really shouldn't be seeing this that much. And this should also be a button though. So hold on. Button. Label. I want to grab the manage option. Open recent, camp notes. How does this work? That's not what I'm looking for anyway. Pro. Payment service dot manage subscription. So what does it open? Purchases dot shared dot show manage subscriptions. So easy. Let's just copy this. Paste it here. Import OS log. Import purchases RevenurCat. I should go through the app payment subscription. I'm just curious if this will work. I mean, it should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. It's not going to show me if it's going to work here anyway, because we're in the simulator. Okay, great. We're going to assume that everything else is working here. Stop. Do I have any more, like... No, fix this. Fix me. Fatal. I think that's purposely there. I think the app is actually usable now. I think I've adjusted most of the triggers. The tab view. Show navigation? Here it is. I was like, wait, hold on. We are missing something. Else, see, we're showing different things. Can we just... Could I do just paywall view? I wonder, RevenurCat UI. Well, what is this? This would be a punt page options. Yeah. So like in theory, this would just work and let it, like the paywall shows, it would work. My favorite thing is that it's color.clear and this is happening. Wait, but... Discard change. I see. Okay, so we do color.clear. Hog paywall. So if that's pro, do this. If not, I forgot a trigger paywall. Trigger. That's what happened here. We have to have a trigger paywall. You can't just trigger the paywall with nothing. Case, instead of, this is the punt page. Switch must be exhaustive. Okay. I really should clean this up, like, just a little bit here. There we go. Oh, it showed and then it hid. I'm guessing it's because of the other one. That's lame. Okay, so then could we, let's figure out a different way. I know that this is not right. Hold on. Paywall. So we have the modifier here. I really just want to yank this out, but I also don't at the same time. I'm like, do I just make another wrapper? So like we have like another struct here that's just, so that's the view modifier, right? But then we'd have a struct hog paywall view, some view at environment, same thing. It's gonna be basically like the exact same. Copy, paste. Hold on. I think as the kids say, I am cooking right now, or let him cook or something. I don't know. Body. View. Is it just view? Is it some view? What's it? It's some view. We can remove that, right? And it's just a view type. Remove this. Remove that. Okay, and then instead of this mess, we can just do hog paywall view here, show dismiss, and have the source pass through, right? So now that I have this wrapper view, I can actually hog paywall view, show dismiss, false, source, dot, punt page. But we do need to do a task of app payment service dot last use trigger equals dot punt page. Because that's really what matters, is that last use trigger is going to trigger everything else, like all the actions that happen, right? So let's see how this goes. So basically, I just made a wrapper view for the Hog paywall view, and I'm using that inside my sheets. So like, great, we have this sheet here. It's technically showing this Hog paywall view, which I think will work. Paywall dismissed, user sandbox. I don't know why that's equal to false, but okay. See, and we have that. Dismissed again. Let's go into the show. Boom, except we're still seeing this. We hit X, it shows again. Okay, but this is actually basically what I wanted, right? We can go back, we can go into new show, except for it's showing that. So I wonder if I should have a different paywall, like without the back button, because like now that button, like it shouldn't be showing. I think RevenurCat said what to do here. I think it said docs. How can I present them in a thingamabob? Displaying Paywalls. Okay, so this is a sheet. Android, React Native, Flutter, Kotlin, paywall navigation. I don't really... Yeah, I know it should. But, like, does it not know if it's in a navigation stack? Is that it? Yes. All right. Well, that's a little lame. I was really hoping that it would know if it was in a navigation stack or not, but I guess not. So what are we gonna do? We really need to do something here, because it can't have, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna have that. I could just remove the paywall, the back button. I really don't understand why it doesn't listen. Button, because it just says navigate back. But there's nothing to say, hey, you're only gonna do this if you're in such and such. Put a badge on the X. We can show after a delay. Let's just remove it. And you know what? If people complain, we'll add it back. I'd rather it just not be there and people will just be like, oh, I can't exit. I guess I'm not getting this app ever. And I will deal with that if I get way less subscriptions, but I think it'll be fine. All right, was this the last place that I edited out code though? Sheet destination, that makes sense. Fine, fine. That's the view. It's great. Entitlement, cool. logger. Excellent. Sounds right. Looks right. User state removed all of this, which is awesome. All right. I think this is it. I think we did all the paywall stuff. Chore. Implement paywalls. All right, so that is done, and I got the analytics done. So the thing that I haven't done yet is grant entitlements for previous users based on the build number. So I don't even know what build number this is going to be. What build number is currently live? Apps. iHog. Oh my god, these screenshots are so rough. My design is so rough, I'll be honest. 506. So if you're on 506 or below, oh no. When did I introduce subscriptions? History. Okay, but like what? What version did I introduce subscriptions on? This doesn't help me. Oh, I guess I know the date, right? Where'd this go? User state, maybe? RC Constants. Where is that? RC Constants. That's the wrong app. Go away. Okay, so the date I converted to subscriptions was on the 9th, is September 17th. History. Here it is. But that just tells me the version number, not the build number. God darn it. .22.3. Let's see if it was in test flight at that point. Oh, it sure was. So we'll just say below 200. I feel like that's okay. Or 190, 193, I think should be fine. Okay, so the build number is 193. Probably gonna be in payment service, static lit. Build number with subscription equals 193. Well, actually, first build number. Yeah, that would be the first build number that I'm working on without. Yes, 193. Great. So I need to actually make a call to. What's this? But I need to get the RevenurCat ID, right? Like, hold on. All right, so now we're getting to the part where I am going to be calling my server. I need to look at what my API is for that exactly. I don't know where I can find that info at. I think it's in my Rapid API. Just double check real quick. Yeah, grant entitlement. What do I need though? Parameter is the entitlement. What goes into my body? Nothing. Oh, pass. Here it is. Okay, so I just need the user identifier. to go into a header. Okay. I think this should be easy. So I will also show y'all my thing. My server real quick, and we can run down that. What's this one? Okay, so I have a small Swift server running currently in the cloud. It allows me to, there's a couple different routes, but basically this server is used for all of my server side functions that I have in the app, or in all my apps. So you'll see there's bacon. I'm doing fun little code names that correspond with certain apps. So bacon, iHog, that is the deal there. I also have my RevenurCat client. It lives at a kind of top level, right? So it can import into all the different dependencies as needed. But first we have so here's the RevenurCat client. It's going to look like a mess. Right now, all it does is grant the entitlement based on the app user ID, the entitlement identifier, and the duration and how long it's going to be. So the bacon controller for the routes, we have a grant entitlement route. It's going to take the RevenurCat ID, and then from the header and the entitlement from the query parameter, pass it in, give it to the grant entitlement with the app user ID, the entitlement identifier. I just realized it's using the app user ID. How does it know which RevenurCat? Anyway, I'll figure that out in just a moment. Point that out. So for how long, the lifetime, we do some expires at, all this fun stuff, handling. And then it's going to get the purchase date, which is today, granted at the purchase date, and send that out. From the, sorry, it makes the call to RevenurCat here. So it grants the entitlement, and if that fails, it's going to fail down there. And if it doesn't fail, then we're going to parse all the information out and return a success saying it's happened. Here is the entitlement, the user ID, the granted at, and expires at. So, whereas like, how does it do something? Excuse me. So RevenurCat SDK, RevenurCat API works based off of API keys that cannot be shared, right? Like I mentioned, this app works for all of my apps, not just the iHog controller. So that not just iHogs, that means I'm gonna have I could have multiple RevenurCat keys here. So I have them in a .env file, and then I think it's set. Is it set in application and build? No, and then it's set here on this router. We have the RevenurCat client with the API key. Right now there's just one, so this is all it's set to. I will probably end up moving this into the bacon controller specifically, rather than leaving it at the top level. Or I could just tuck in RevenurCat client, like hog RevenurCat client, and then there's a separate one for coffee, right? Whenever I get to the coffee app, we'll see what happens after I get to 2. So yeah, this is how it's happening. That's how it's working. Let's grab though I am looking for a specific model response. Okay, let's grab both of them. I guess I should actually have like a networking feature. new beacon service dot swift. I think it can just be a struct. Excuse me. Okay, so we have the success. I can get rid of this. It just needs to be codable. Oh, where are my error codes? Sure. Bacon, it was property. Oh, yeah, because I don't need them to be public. Delete. All right, so we have that going. Missing user ID, invalid entitlement. Great. There's different codes I can use. So these are gonna be what the service sends back, what the API sends back. So let API URL. How do I want to do this? One sec. I don't want to completely give away like my API key, my API route. I'm sure I will at some point, but right now I just don't. App info. But well, I guess I'll. I guess it doesn't really matter because if I'm gonna put it in the repo anyway, it'll be found. I feel like I was solving this somewhere. I solved it somewhere. Where did I solve it? Was it campground? I was solving it in iHog, but I didn't save any of it. I thought there was somewhere. File, open recent. No, it was in camp notes. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. It was not in camp notes. No, it totally wasn't iHog, but I didn't save it because I was not doing it on this. I wanted to wait to do it here. Okay. So like I said, I don't really want to like share my API key route, my API route. So I think it's really hard if I don't want to do that. Because I have to put in like special build keys and all that stuff. But we can do it. So we'll do. I'll just do it. It's fine. I mean, it's not API route API. CC2plus.app. I need to still, before I actually push this live, I do need to do device check on both sides so that I'm only ever pushing from the app and I'm not pushing like, and that way if y'all go bombard this like Swift API server, like it's gonna tell you no, you can't. Because right now it's pretty open. But it also doesn't have any user data. There's like no data stored. But all you get back is hello. All right. So that's there. Where is features, bacon service? Okay, so we just need func, grant entitlement. Grant lifetime. For user string. So I know I need for sure foundation. String app info dot API URL dot. Is there a way to? I thought there was. Maybe it needs to be a bar. Well, did I just add it anyway though? So let's do guard var else just return because I'm being lazy. Dot appending path component bacon. I don't know, text. URL equals URL dot appending path component again. Oh, well, that's fine. What did I say it was? It is path bacon and then grant entitlement. URL dot append query items. How does this work? Okay, so name, entitlement, okay, URL equals that though. And then we should be able to do a post request, right? I always forget how to do this. Oh no, URL equals URL dot request. Let's open up Claude real quick. I forget how to do the HTTP requests. So in at bacon service, I need to make a post request with a header. Can you please set it up for me so I can input the header key and property and value? Sometimes it goes a little crazy and it's like, I'm gonna make it go completely crazy and set this up, but we'll see. See, like, I just need to put in the header value, but okay. Sure. I don't actually need these though. Header value would actually be the user ID for the header key. X user ID. All lowercase. Okay. Parse the response as models. Just following up, trying to get to parse the response. This stuff is kind of, again, it's a little meh, just a little rusty. And I know it's easy. I just don't do it enough. I don't deal with APIs enough that I need a little bit of help here. All right, so I see what it's getting at. I was trying to make a whole new bacon error. Let's actually just, like, this is a bacon error response. Like, just throw the error response. And then we can go into bacon error response and just make it an error. What is it missing? Probably nothing. Succeeded. Decoder. Okay, so it's gonna return that if it's successful, or throw the error if it's not successful, which is great. And then it's async await. Okay, great. So then inside app payment service, I should be able to do something. Determine if early adopter, so is early adopter, determine if needs early adopter entitlement. Let user ID equals purchases dot share dot app user ID. Cool. Okay, so now we need to get the original app date, original app build number. Purchases dot share dot okay, so this can be async and throws. Let customer info equal. Well, actually, it should get a customer info anyway, right? All right, so we have the customer info that's stored. So let original app build number equals, nope, that's not what I want at all. Equals customer info dot original application version. So this is actually the original build number. So when you're looking at Apple purchases, even if you're doing this without RevenurCat, you're going to get the original application version, and that version is going to be the build number that the user downloaded, not the application version. So like the current version of iHog is 2025.1. If I downloaded it right now, the current application version I'd actually end up getting is build number like 169 instead of 2025.1.0. So don't get tripped up by that. That threw us through a loop at work for a bit. Always go by the build number, never the version number. The version number is purely usually just for you. Okay, now back to this. Let original application version. If original application build number is less than app info dot, oh, did I put that in custom, and oh, self dot build number with subscription less than or equal to, then we need to grant entitlement. Why are we, oh, is one a string? Is this a string? Yes. Guard let else return I think there's a way we can just do like a string from an int. How can I turn a string into an int in Swift? I hope it just tells me what I can do. Int string, this returns an optional int. Okay, Scarlet, let original application app build. Oh, hold on. What was that? Let app build number. Yeah. Let's turn equal to, so, let original app build number equal int of I really hope this works because I'm not seeing one, but you know, I could be wrong. There we go. Okay, so now this is int compared to an int. And then we need to grant the entitlement. Well, I guess we should check if the user has the entitlement first. So that's let customer info and then customer info dot active dot entitlements dot. I thought there was active dot contains where bling 0 dot key equals hog entitlement dot early adopter dot raw value. That should be what I'm looking for. And then let contains where, so we have that. Okay, and then we can grant the entitlement now. So we need to grant the entitlement. Whoops. Contains where. Well, we actually only continue if this is false. So I think this is wrong. Where it does not contain this. Do not continue if the user has the entitlement. Value equal, guard let does contain. We only want to continue if it's false. Okay, so I think that's right. Need to grant entitlement. For the user ID. Okay, so then let response equals this response. We'll just do logger granted entitlement for user ID at response dot granted at dot formatted. Okay, that's gonna go through. Now I need to call this somewhere. Call it from here. Try await catch logger dot at payment service dot error. Oh, app payment service dot determine. Is that right? Yeah. I think it's just called payment service though. Yes. Oh, and we need the logger. Import OS log. Alright, I think that's right. Let's go ahead and launch it to my phone, and in theory, it should work. Let's see if it works. In theory, this should grant me the entitlement now at this point. Like, when the app launches, I should just have this entitlement. The application failed to launch, but why? Why did it fail? Can we show the details? Oh, it was unlocked, but it didn't tell me it was unlocked, so that's cool. Or it was locked and it didn't tell me it was unlocked, and that's just, it happens sometimes, I guess, that this is what's going on. Okay. So let's see. Okay, subscription status is pro, but why are we pro? Did it do it? App user ID, bundle ID, no initial app user ID. Store kit transactions, launch 6 times. That sounds right. But did it run? That's the question, right? Like, did it actually run or not? I don't know. Dashboard. See unboxed. I think this is probably me. I'm still in a trial. No, I don't think. Who? Is this me? I have no idea. Oh, well, it's definitely someone. Hmm. I'm almost positive this is me, though. Because the last scene is 2025.1. With a default offering. That's not what I want anyway. Okay, let's try. And it would say scene. Always create a new alias for some reason. Like that's just what I do all the time. Access to all features, unattached products. These were like, I was also trying the tip jar thing. Converts in a day. So you can see I've been a user since, or whoever this is has been a user for 2 years ago. I'm almost positive it's me. Did it get here? No custom. Whoops. What's this one? Customer does not have early adopter entitlement. And then build number not found. All right, let's see what happens. And then I think also in here I need to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So then we can do payment service. All right. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, so there's no customer info by the time this is running. Which is really lame. So it's just not getting enough time to configure by the time this is running. So I wonder if instead of setting this here, configure should probably do it itself. Just on the first, I only need it on the first one though. Can I just do it? Because this is going to be called originally subscribed. Do catch. I think that's right. Then we can just do a logger dot app payment service dot error. Could not check for early adopter. Sure, it's fine. Let's try again. Let's try again. And sure. It's gonna think more. Think. Thinkity think. Hold on. Oh, why? There we go. It's still thinking to install. The build failed. Why? Cannot find payments as a service. Oh. Whoops. It just needs to try and wait itself. Not a whole different service. Because the service is itself. That's how that works. Copying and pasting. Doing me wrong right now. Which is fine. It happens. But it'd be cool if it didn't. Alright. So now we're just doing build number not found. Like, why is the build number not found? I don't know. But it's not. Not able to be made. My guess is I don't even know what that would be. Well, I guess it's nothing, right? Let me see if we can pause it here and check what's in our actual customer entitlements. Because I don't know if it's just an issue with me or if this is going to be like an actual issue somewhere else. All right, so PO customer info. Okay, so the original purchase date comes out as 2020 5/5. That makes sense. And what is PO customer info dot entitlements dot active? All right, so we have two things. We have a pro and then a punt page. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, why do I have a pro though? What is purchases dot shared dot app user ID? Is it just not going to show me it? Oh, okay. So it's the same okay, so this is me. I've been a user, so that's probably when I implemented like RevenurCat properly. Okay, anyway, so that's me. Been a user for a while. It says like 2020 0505. That's probably when I first started building the app. Okay, so I don't have the entitlements. But so how is it trying to get the customer info dot original application version 1.0. Okay, so this actually gives me the actual application version and not the build number, which I think is going to be okay. Let's try doing this. Int of original. Okay, so so it gives the default value. I think this is gonna be okay. I think it'll work. I still don't know quite how to test it's gonna work. Besides, like, I just put it out there and see what happens. But I think it'll be okay. But I am gonna add it. I'll push it and see what happens. I mean, worst comes to worst is everyone's an early adopter and I work backwards, but I don't think that's the case. And then also increase that. All right, I think that's all I got in me for tonight. It's been almost 4 hours. That is way longer than I normally go for most of these streams. Thanks everyone for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting with me, asking questions, all that good stuff. You know, my Twitch chat cleared at some point. I don't know what happened. Got weird, different for some reason. But anyway, thanks y'all for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. It's a bit late tonight. It's 11:48, so I am gonna hit the bed because I have to work tomorrow morning. Thanks, Nutter. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Are you gonna be streaming tomorrow? Because either way, I'm gonna give you a shout out at Nutter. Definitely go give Nutter a watch, Nutterfi, over on Twitch. If all goes well, he will be streaming tomorrow night. Probably start a little bit earlier, around the same time I do, I think. Usually just on tomorrow night. Give him a watch. Does a lot of cool app development stuff. I'm not sure what's on the docket. It might still be figuring out that bug from earlier, but we'll find out tomorrow. With that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye.